Alright, bitch, let's go.
Bitch.
Bitch, let's go.
Bitch. Alright, let's see. Is the thing gonna change to like being online? Oh, it's just starting. Alright, drop that link in the Discord.
Okay.
Let's get some
Yep,
people in.
until somebody does it ahead of us.
No one will. No one's watching this shit.
Oh god, I can hear it. Oh god, I can hear it through. I can hear. I just got some feedback.
Oh yeah, I always have mine muted, so it should be fine.
Ah, I see. Yeah, but mine didn't. So, that's wonderful. I'm just gonna keep it muted, I guess. Being interviewed by.
Do we have any viewers yet? Wait, I can't even see. Check. I haven't streamed.
I don't know. I think it's like 2 people watching. Yeah, 2 people watching.
Yeah, that's us, bro. So we both have it open.
Yeah, exactly.
It says 0 watching for me. That's great.
Yeah. Great, wonderful.
Let's refresh this. See if I get a little view boost. How many we got now? Analytics. 2 watches. Oh boy. Hey.
Nice. I'm gonna post it everywhere else.
Yeah. I'm gonna open the stream myself because it actually updates the analytics quicker than the freaking YouTube dashboard does. It's trash. Oh yeah, 1 watching. Yeah, nice.
Actually, probably the most important place. My own server.
I haven't been on there in a while. Do you actually like? Do you think people will come? You haven't been on there in a while. That's on stream. Holy shit.
Okay. Where else do I fucking post this shit? They all know where it is. I think that's everybody. Is that everybody? That should be everybody. Sure. Okay. So.
Let's do this.
Oops. It's like. So I guess.
You ready?
I don't think we really need to do an intro.
I don't know. We've been bullshitting around, but for anyone tuning into this, today the topic is the Technique Collab, as I'm sure you can see in the title. This one is a beast of a track, so we may end up splitting this into 2 episodes, just depending on our... Yeah, maybe even 3, like depending on our time constraints. So, yeah, I'm gonna switch across to this one-of-a-kind track.
So yeah, as you can see on my screen, it was a huge collaboration with, I forgot how many participants, but I'll name them out as we go along. The current line count for this entire track is over 1 million. This is, I think, the second, if not first track that reached 1 million lines on my channel. I don't know. It's not really that important.
Bro, if you count is everything. That's all that matters.
As we all know, an impressive line count means. Okay, let's not. So I guess enough stalling. We should begin now.
Yeah.
So the first.
Yeah, the first part is. Is this? Wait, did I start this? This is mine, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that started this collaboration.
Oh hell yeah! Oh wait, this whole thing wasn't this my idea? I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying you started this whole thing.
Oh.
So yeah, we start off basically just spiraling around using a hand and string dual fling around, followed by a tail chain, and then more dual flings. That's actually a really impressive dual chain thing.
Yeah, it's alright. It's not. It looks like most of the iterations probably aren't connecting on some of them, but whatever.
Oh no, they are. It's actually really smooth.
Now, right on that bit there. There's one frame I can see where it's not. Right. Keep going. That one. think it's this one. Maybe they did
It's one
alternate.
of them. It's one of
I don't
them.
know.
We know the
It
drill.
looks visually different and it's offensive. God damn it.
I think I know. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't find it right now, but yeah. This one's a. I don't even know what you did here. What
It's.
is this?
I think it's just a pull, but there's
This
also
is an inverted hand. This is a split hand and
yeah.
pressure
It's
bolting.
I think it's
And
like
this is
it's
a
pressured,
nose.
so it doesn't move. It's something weird like that. It's pretty cool though.
Oh wait, actually I think I know what you did. You did a I think you did a string nose ASDF. That's a really interesting shape that you can make. I
Yeah,
might
it's
try that now.
pretty cool. The manual was the same
It's something
shape
a bit
as well.
apparent. Yeah. It's a very nicely smooth curve. So the following part, I don't know at what point this starts, but at some point between here, we transition to Alex the guy, who created this.
Yeah.
uh, I believe that is sixth iteration. That's blue, so that's wonderful. Um, we have a tail fling, followed. Actually, that's a tail and butt fling, followed by a cranial stop, and then a mildly. I don't even know what that looks like, but it just looks like some sort of cram cannon. Um, I believe this is an. I don't even know what this is called, but I think this is an ASDF alt cranial alt fling, followed by a string fling, into a cranial, into a nose manual, and then we go into my part, which starts off with a nose manual, then goes to a tail manual. This was when I kind of got a little bit obsessed with what was the track? Well Tempered Manual, which is why you're seeing these kind of like curves and then a straight line and then a curve and a straight line. This is probably the most prominent feature that was inspired by Well Tempered Manual, which was inspired by Radial Symmetry by Sheldon. Um, and as you can see, it's mildly janky, but whatever. This was followed by, I believe, one of my weaker. This is my first attempt at making a dual fling, and as you can see, it took me a long time to actually get it right, but eventually, I managed to get it. And this is actually one of the weaker one. I did like a split hand uh, dual fling, and then this goes into a singularity, which pings him off in this direction at a fast speed to allow me to create animation. So what just happened there was that essentially I tried to make it so that it disappears within Bosch's texture. Of course, the because we have contact points on, it's kind of killing the effect, but uh, here we have it moving around and such like that, and it just enters through Bosch's hat, and then it continues on.
Oh yeah. That's such a cool
Oh yeah,
effect,
and
by the way. That transition there with the.
the cranial spin.
Oh
Not
yeah.
cranial
Well,
spin.
it was like a barrel roll, really. But
The barrel roll.
yeah, it's an old classic.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I believe I used this first in Dogfight. So that's where I got this inspiration from. So it's essentially this is pressuring as to slow him down, and this is just to spin it, and then it just repeats it over and over again, and then pressured to try to slow him down, and then just this type of just a casual, gradual rotation into a flat line. And then I believe at this red line section, I believe this is now UTD's part, which I keep uh, naming it correctly as UTDE. Actually, let's go back just for a few moments. You can see how here there's this line that's like slowly dissipating. I actually added this part into the into UTD's part because I kind of was a little bit triggered by the fact that it just cuts off like that, and so I decided to just have this like kind of like it slowly dissolves into nothing. And same thing for the other side. Uh, and oh yeah, and this one as well because these two lines were added by me. Uh, I believe everything else in UTD's part was done by UTD. And then from here is my part, and I believe this is my first attempt at creating a granule, which was followed by some manuals and such like that.
Ah, yes, I remember that cheeky little mount of
Yeah,
that particular curve. That was, oh
yeah,
yeah.
that was
I remember
yeah.
I remember when you screenshotted that to me, like when this was still being
Oh
worked on.
yeah,
That was good. That was a good moment.
yeah, definitely. There was one issue about this that I still like. This area just gave me awkward trauma because the section here where you see how it's all like granules and stuff like that. That section, I broke something back here when I was playing with anti-gravity wells and stuff. When like something with anti-gravity wells like got affected, so he just could not make it up the mountain, and he just started falling back down. I was like, fuck. So I thought I had to redo this entire section that was nothing but granules, which honestly, awkwardly janky, but oh well. But luckily, I believe Noah actually caught on with that and immediately told me to try to check up on the autosaves, and luckily the autosaves loaded up the entire granule, which was working. So here we were following Bosch with a pinch, and then I flip him over, and then flip him over again, and then put into a vertical position. As you can see, this is just trying to this was just me trying to compress him into a vertical pinch, flipping around, flipping one more time, and then this is my awkwardly crappy transition into a curve.
I love how we all just like mock our efforts now, but at the time we're like, this is the pinnacle of technique in Line Rider. Everything will be displayed. Well, I mean, I guess like,
and
yeah, God.
well, I mean, I guess when you play at a faster speed, it looks more normal, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's still a very impressive part what's about to come up, which is Anton's part. And as you can see, this is the very well, not the very first, but because it was actually discovered in Ham, but it wasn't exploited until Anton discovered that you could discover the trick of six iteration. Now here it isn't six iteration because, well, as you can see, he's pulling on every iteration. But what he's doing here is that he's taking advantage of friction issues, where he kind of has to like if this isn't multi-lined, the wow, the lag is really bad. The butt just ends up pushing forward, so you have to push back on it. What the fuck? Okay.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
Sounded like a
Okay.
thunder and a dog in the distance.
Dude, okay. Just fair warning, I guess. If I randomly disconnect, just know that it's probably because that like something killed the power.
Yeah, where our
So yeah,
lives, there's
prepare for that.
rolling blackouts all the time.
Yeah.
So is this is this Anton's part? This looks
Yeah,
so
this is
janky.
Anton's part.
I was
But
like,
as you can see,
it looks so fucked. I was just like,
yeah, but hey, this is what six iteration looks like,
well, this
and
was one of the first times I'd seen anyone show
here's
me
the
sixth iteration, like
yeah,
other than in Ham.
Ham you the thing is that Ham did use six iteration to do like a a flip, like a weird ass flip between the riders and stuff. But this is the first time that like you actually see it fucking up Bosch in a really cool way.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
well,
to be
eventually
honest, yeah, go on.
like in the end we after like a few I think weeks we figured out how to exploit this in such a weird way that like you can make his shoulders hover above him, and six iterations just makes it just looks really smooth all of a sudden rather than this total chaos. um so yeah, that what you're seeing here is the ass being pulled using six iteration, and this is the peg being pulled violently like that. I don't actually know how this one works though, because this is actually doesn't even rely on acceleration lines and it still works. I don't know how to. I really don't know how that works, but I'm really fascinated on how it
Uh,
actually does function, and maybe one day I might figure it out. Oh, here's some more six iteration. Yay! Let's go. As you can see, it's not the smoothest. It's not the prettiest, but it does the job. It conveys the logic well enough. And then here's a tiny ASDF, a dual fling, whoop, and then a manual. Oh yeah, this is a really cool effect that Anton achieved. As you can see, there's a heavy amount of multi-lining here, and the effect that he got was oh my god, it's actually flashing outside. um, is that how did it just suddenly start a thunderstorm like 5 minutes ago?
God damn
Um,
it.
nice. This is a good time for a live stream.
It's always a
But
good
yes,
time.
always a good time. So yeah, as you can see, it's very wobbly and stuff, wobbly and shit, and I love it. Wobbly and shit, and I love it.
This is
But
great.
yeah, essentially, yeah, that's an effect that I want to actually exploit maybe in the future. he just he this is a good example of exploiting the peg well, being extremely violent, and because of the fact that friction is really powerful. I used that in what was the track called? Alive. So yeah, that basically did the exact same thing to get him into a cramule. Uh, and then here is a is just a foot fling, and then this is an interesting one. I'm pretty sure it's been done before, but it's still really cool to look at. It's basically what it is that it's a dual foot fling, a foot dual fling, and what's happening is that this one is being pushed down, so it's this one, and this one gets pushed up to that one, and it's just constantly scissoring back and forth. Just man, Jesus Christ, Anton. Oh yeah, this is a pretty cool part. The
It's a real
chain that
man right
basically
there.
stalled. He just stalls it like that, and then just like that, he managed to do a balanced nose fling, and then fucks him up like that. Uh,
Yeah.
and then some manual recycles, which is hella cool. Um, and you can just see this is just a wall of nothing but
The
lines,
suspense.
and he just like,
He eats
I
it.
am going to be in here now.
Yeah. That's one of the things I really like about the stuff Anton makes is he's really creative. Especially
He's
when it
definitely really
seems
creative.
especially with stacks I've noticed. Like Anton's created a lot of really interesting stuff with stacks.
Yeah, usually the stacks that he makes are never
Unique.
cramules. They're never cramule stacks. They're never 10-point count stacks. They're always deliberate. I don't know. I wouldn't say ugly, but like they're like chaotic. They look deliberately chaotic.
Hear that? Hear that, Anton? Your work is ugly, bro.
Oh god, I already have Sheldon on my ass, and now I have Anton on my ass. Oh wait, right. You guys haven't seen
Huh?
like nothing, definitely nothing. No, nothing. Uh, well, cough. World Timber Crown 2 hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, which is awkward
So
because this will come up before, and in the other one we're like, after this
yeah,
we'll do one.
we recorded we recorded World Timber Crown 2 before this. So yeah, I still have to
Yeah,
edit it, but I'm too but my procrastination is saying otherwise.
There may be some
As you can see
continuity
here,
errors in the previous episode where we say, yeah, we'll be doing that next week, but no, that did not happen. So chill.
wait, what?
Don't you remember, like in the beginning of the WTK 2 one, I was like, oh yeah, and next week we'll be doing the Technique collab. But like this is coming out a week before it.
This is coming out before it.
So we fucked up, man. Shit.
I mean, remember, this is video editing magic.
Yeah, it'll be
I
gone.
can just remove it.
Oh my
Or I can
god,
just, like,
Daisy, no fucking way. Are you watching my stream? Fucking jokes.
Oh my god. Oh, hello. Hello. Good lord. So yes, welcome to the Technique Collab, also known as the most confusing track to most people.
Wait,
But
I've gotta
somehow.
say hello to Daisy. Let me bring the fucking
So
thing
yes,
back up.
I mean yes. Hello, Daisy. It's nice that you joined the stream.
Hey, what's up? Alright, I'll disappear now.
Okay. So
Fuck.
So here he's just pushing him up an elevator. It's an unpowered, it's a powered elevator. Okay. Which is interesting because we don't usually see these type of elevators like this.
Yeah, was this Anton
and then
again? This part?
This is still Anton. And this is the first debut of an anti-gravity well, as you can see. He just hovers over it. Here's another one right here. Actually, no, this one isn't even an anti-gravity well, apparently. So a temporary stall like that. I don't know how he even does that. Like, oh wait, he just pulls the shoulder like that, and then somehow managed to pop him out. And this is now Noah's part, and you can tell that this is definitely Noah's part because the fact that he's the one that first discovered the first person to actually create a 10-point cannon. No, yes, Aether is like the guy that is famous for being the 10-point cannon man, but we gotta appreciate the fact that the original creator of 10-point cannons is Noah, or Jealous Cloud.
Yeah, I think they were called Cloud Cannons originally.
Yes, the blue.
Yeah.
Yes, actually no. Blue 10-point cannons are called cloud cannons still, or I still personally call them cloud cannons.
Yeah.
This is a very sloppy. Well, I mean, like, not. Yeah, I get not actually no. I guess XY is always sloppy in the first place. So, a very discombobulated, interesting recollection of all the contact points trying to be pushed up in a diagonal position. Again, using red acceleration lines to save his ass. And then, as you can see, this is the first ever 10-point cannon ever created. It's not the first 10-point cannon that was debuted, though. The first 10-point cannon that was ever debuted was in Riot Valkyries.
Was it?
Which, again, made by Noah.
Oh yeah, that one bit where he had
that
some
one
interesting
part
ones.
where he
Yeah.
did that, yes. So as you can see here, you're noticing that these lines are all 3 multiplier. That's because this is pre 255 multipliers, where as you can see, if I right click on this can go far bigger than 255. Which is why this lag. When I first recorded this video, and I actually do want to make a re-recording of this because it's honestly very OBS was just shitting on me on that day. These cannons were just really laggy, and I had to do multiple takes for it to actually come out smoothly. Anyways, as you can see, this next part, I actually accidentally left some residue here from the name, because there used to be labels here to like show everybody's name, but they're gone now. This is Sheldon's part, where he created the first singularity loop. And
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good. It looks circular, but it's not consistent. I'm not shitting on Sheldon again. But yeah, this is that was Sheldon's part. As you can see, this he created a horizontal cranial pinch,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
and these were
yep,
pretty rare at the time as well. Like this, we should point out in the. I mean, me and Arlen are a little desensitized to this because we made WTK2 along with
yeah, we
Sheldon and
created
the Dasher
WTK2,
Boys.
which
Yeah,
yeah,
so we,
WTK2 has been yeah, WTK2 has been an absolute monstrosity. It was like it's not only a monstrosity, it had so many new breakthroughs in LR technology. So now like it's been hellish.
yeah, like
So
this
but
this
now
singularity loop at the time,
this
like
singularity
we were
loop,
just like amazed. We didn't even think
this
this was
was
possible.
yeah,
This
this was
is
like this is the incredible like this was the epiphany of like tracks. There was the epiphany of like all like track tricks, but now like it's a casual thing,
mm,
or at least
yeah,
a
it's
thing
like
that we can definitely.
these are in
I
the
mean, like
days before I was even good at singularities, I think. So I just remember being amazed by this spectacle. We could no one
yeah,
could understand how we did it.
I wasn't only amazed, I was blown away. I did not believe that it was apparently a misconception because I was led into a misconception that the most amount of singularities ever chained together was two, which is false because Ham has a stall at the end that's like technically infinite. um, but as you can see right here, we have well-tempered singularity in the making. So it's very casual that I take this being like an entire chain
Yeah,
of singularity. And as you can see, more cramules. This is actually again. This was also incredibly amazing. Also, hello, Blue Flames. Yes, that is me. Yes, this is Arlen. Hello. Uh, uh, yes, I can see the chat, Hahnemann. Don't worry. Um, so yeah, this was again another absolute spectacle to see because this was I was actually challenged. I actually challenged Sheldon to make one because like I saw like those vertical pinches in Well Tempered Crimea too, and I was like, hey, do you think it's possible to make a horizontal pinch? And here you go. He made a horizontal pinch.
yeah, that was a real
That
groundbreaking.
was that was really groundbreaking. And then now it's just casual. It's casual stuff.
No,
It's
no,
casual
it's
stuff.
like, bro, it's not even a unicornial. It's not doesn't even count.
Bro, it's not even a unicornial 0 out of 10, man.
Do you even line rider? Man,
Do you even Limer? That's true.
do you even
Uh,
10-point cannon everything? Because that's what our community seems to be obsessed with at the moment.
that's such a mood. That's so
It
mood.
is. It is
And
such a mood.
so, as you can
So
see here, these are anti-gravity walls again. Um, I mean, he could have quite easily just done this. Eh. I mean, I'm just gonna. Perfect. Slag walls.
slag.
I
Oh
don't think
fuck.
that's going to affect the rider, luckily. This is a pretty cool thing. And then a shoulder fling,
This thing is
which
maniacal. Wait, actually, I don't even. Oh, is he like multi-lining it down, or is it just a recoil? That oh yeah, it's just a recoil per
yeah,
frame.
okay. So like recoil isn't actually a thing. It's actually friction that is causing it to force back downwards.
Uh,
It's also you can also see these red lines here that are also pushing the shoulder down.
yeah,
Essentially,
to
what's happening
give it
here
a
is that
harder
like
effect, or to
yeah. So
make
as
it
you can
live.
see, if I like remove this, like it's all the way up here, and as you can see, it's not just like for effect, but as you can see, this is kind of like screwed up, and you can't really pull on it. So
Yeah,
now by pulling it down using multi-lining, you can just do crazy ass shit like this, and it is like beautiful. Um, and then this is just a what is it? I don't even know what type of fling this is. This is a nose, tail, foot fling. Hey, hey, Mr. Blue Sky. And then, and hey, here we go. Here is the Is this the second ever Shadaniel ever made? I believe this is the second ever Shadaniel ever made.
Jesus, it might be. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. You made a shit. You made He made a Shadaniel well-tempered Cramiel, and then he made a Shadaniel the Technic Collab, and then you and Sheldon tried to make another Shadaniel, but the thing is, you discovered a different position, which is the Virgil, because you pulled on the wrong hand.
Yes.
You pulled on the incorrect hand, so that was funny.
And such, and yeah, the Flappy Boy track was born.
The Flappy Boy track. You know, I still have the Flappy Boy track, and I'm still working on it. It's like I forgot. Like it's like I stopped working on it as of recently, but it's really funny. Like I've been working on it for quite some time. So this is a pinch, presses against the tail, and then yeets him off into space. Wait, yeets him off into space. Um, so I believe that. So I believe right. So yeah, right here. Where he exits the cranial position is Alex the guy, and we are now just seeing it go back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Actually,
that was
no.
that one. Who made that little ramp? So I remember seeing it and being like, "That's so incongruous in the context of what the rest of the track was." I
Yeah,
don't know
exactly.
why.
This is made by. You know what was more annoying? This didn't that scenery line didn't even exist.
You put that in.
Now, it was just like this, and I was like, oh my god, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me, Alex? And then I decided to just add a green line. So now he just flies through the air, miraculously doesn't get screwed over by Sheldon's cranial part. Unicornial is the superior cranial. Agreed. Um, Sadly, the unicornial doesn't exist in this version. Zero. So yes, 0 out of 10. I believe this section right here is the first. No, it's not the first, but it's definitely one of the few first 10-point dot cramials created by Toby. And as you can see, it's a cramial cannon. Hey, hello, Lehman. Liam, Liam,
Lehman, but like the
Liam
Lehman
brother.
Brothers. No, you're
Lehman
trying to
brother.
say Lehman Brothers, I think. The bank. Uh,
What is this? Bruh, what is this track?
bro,
Bruh,
read the title.
bruh, can you read what the name of the video says? Anyways, yes. So like, Toby was the first person to create a 90-degree crown roll, but he only did it for 2 frames, which was mentioned by uh Sheldon, because he said like, oh yeah, it was only done for 2 frames long, but I managed to hold it up to 6 frames, so that was nice. I believe this is also now. I don't even remember. Actually, no, never mind. This isn't actually no. You were the one that actually created this part.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah, you were the one that created this, dude. What the fuck?
Well, I made this? Oh, shit. I don't even remember. It looks like there's a bit
You
where it
actually
pops out
made
of
this.
Cramiel. That's not pro at all.
No, this is
Oh,
not
no.
you. This is
No, no, no,
definitely
no.
not you.
This
You're
was. No,
so.
no, no, no. That wasn't me. That was Alex Starder guy. I'm the bit after this. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So this is Oh wait. So all right, because Alex did that
Yeah,
part. So
yeah. I
Alex
did the
was the
bit
first
like
person to ever
right
create it.
after it, like here, the
Right
fling.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
was
like
me.
right here, and then yeah. Okay.
I
There
did
you
the
go.
really weird shallow manuals and some weird shit over
What
this part.
was this?
I don't even know.
The very first 10-point chain. Get right, get right there. A single frame cranial, I guess, and some also really interesting manual interpolation thing. Um, This is followed by that thing and just bouncing around. And what is this? What did he do on it? And why is this a thing?
It's just pure
This is not.
trash.
I am not being pleasured by this.
Pleasure me, line rider track. Pleasure me. The fuck. Well, I mean, I guess that
Oh
all the.
God! Right.
To be honest, it looks like Bosch is pleasuring himself at this point. Look at what he's doing.
Oh my! So this isn't the. I guess Gavin's track isn't the first NSFW track in existence, huh? Hmm. So we have a solar stall for Y. Um, I love this part. Just stop. Just stay stop like that, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that bit was cool. Oh, this bit was gonna be good. I was gonna do like a really smooth granule, and then I just gave up because it was hard. Just,
It actually was a smooth granule. Look, it is actually pretty
oh
smooth
no, but
granule.
I gave up. Like I was gonna do it all the way upside down, but I just couldn't be bothered
You're
in the
going to
end.
go all the way upside down. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
like I did a really good one in the old Reddit collab. Like I was gonna do one like that, but
Ah, I
I was
see.
just like,
Okay.
too much effort.
And then another fling.
Some cranule shit, some random bullshit.
Yay! And then that's a bit. Is that an underbalanced manual? That's an underbalanced manual. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was. Oh yeah, I did a
Oh
really
yeah.
shitty
And here
granule
is
here.
this is
This is the low effort version.
this isn't the only. I feel like this isn't just a granule, but this is like a Giorgio.
Oh no,
Um.
it like rides it afterwards on the other side, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is what a this is what a Giorgio is.
Oh, is it?
A Giorgio is basically you write. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bruh. Bruh. But yeah,
then
basically a
watch if you
Giorgio.
delete them and the track stops working because of like line extensions or something fucked.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use
Oh.
this as a benchmark. Alright. Nope, wrong line. No, wrong line. He's still alive. Okay. Eh, 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 eh. Is he alive? Yay! Woo! There you go. But yeah, essentially a Giorgio is when you have a granule and also and you recycle that granule using a manual. Yeah, that's basically what Giorgio is. It's pretty crazy. Uh, so the next part is Toby. So as you can see, I put very watermelon, and I think you should probably take over Harvard.
Fuck. Well, while Arglin's gorging his gullet on some juicy ass pink watermelon, I'll just go through these little bits of G Well.
My earphone.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Mute Arglin.
I know you are the Mm-hmm.
God damn these rolling blackouts.
Hey
Okay,
guys, hey guys, say hi to my dad and say Paco.
yeah, I mean, I believe the traditional greeting over there is "fuck are you, bitch." But
Are you doctor yet?
who do you think you are interrupting my goddamn line rider stream? You know how hard I work, motherfucker. God damn it! Ah, fuck.
Is Giorgio equal to iPad? No. Anyways, that was enough of watermelon. Oh god, this is sixth iteration. As you can see, sixth iteration, good fun. Thank you, Toby. Very cool. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck, Toby? What the fuck? Anyways, um, shoulder fling, just like that. And this is followed by a nice little flip made by Toby. And then this is when we begin the manual. I believe this is the beginning of the manual golden age when Ollie started making these crazy these pretty smooth as hell manuals integration and stuff like that. It was yeah. As you can see, it's still a little bit janky at some places, but for being like one of the for being like the start of the golden age, this is pretty well done.
Oh yeah. Whose part is this? It's some good ass shit.
This part,
Yeah.
Ollie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ollie hadn't even
Mhm.
reached his final form at this point, but even then he
Yeah,
was
Ollie went even farther beyond.
bro, Ollie went into the next dimension. He went into the hyperbolic time chamber and just came back with all this insane shit.
And then Mr. Blue Sky, yay, the good part. You call this the good part? Just wait what you're about to see next. I know you love these, Mr. Blue Sky. I know you love these.
Ah,
So this is
yes.
yeah, it's the very first exploitation of these kind of like just 10-point teleporters created by Aether. There was a golden age. I just like calling it the old golden age. We are in the golden age. Uh, so yeah, essentially just pinging him off like that. He just stalls him like that, and then goes over here and pings him off again. So again, teleportation. And then this is gonna lag pretty badly. Well, apart from the 10-point cannon obsession, that's so true, and nobody told me. Yes. So yeah, just pinging him off to
Hey,
there.
wait, hang on. We have
Cranial.
to address something. Blue Flame says this stream is not very family friendly. Did you not just notice the very unfamily friendly thing that just happened to Ugly? No. I mean, if Uglin's family can't be friendly, then like, I mean, come on, man. What do you expect for the rest of the stream to be?
If you're not family friendly, you're not friendly to your family.
Yeah, bro. Demonetized. Bro, this channel will never be monetized.
Yeah, it probably never will be.
I,
I mean, like,
I don't think I'm too lazy to monetize it, even if I got that far, probably. I don't
mood.
know. Yeah, I feel that shit. And
I
now,
Sheldon did try to monetize my channel, but like, nope.
yeah,
YouTube said nope.
god damn, you know
Uh,
your inappropriate line writer content. Yeah.
so as you can see right here, we have Aether making
Ah, yes. He made like a kind of like,
he made an omega sign, which is
yeah.
awesome.
Or a horseshoe if you're uneducated like me. Um,
Or horseshoe, yes, that works. That works.
so yeah, he was kind of equaling Sheldon there, demonstrating the
Mhm.
powers and efficiency of a 10-point cannon properly applied. And yeah,
And then this part was created by Tie My Shoelace.
this bit was lit.
This is hell lit. So yeah, this was done using coding. Actually,
No, it was
technically,
it
yes.
was a custom macro program, so it's like almost coding.
I mean, to be fair, now that I think about it, you could technically make this without using a macro program, because all you gotta do is just make this, but draw it as a very long what is it? A very long strip. So then you can just every single frame you move it slightly down, and then next frame you move slightly down, next frame you move slightly down.
Yeah, but at this point, remember, we didn't have select and move, so this was, I
That is
think,
true.
before
That
then.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You have a good point. So macro is the only way to do this. And what you're about to see next is a collaboration between me and between Jaime and
Ah, yes. Well, this was originally my part. I made some like really trashy animations. I got lazy because for some reason I just made this really long pencil curve as my part. I guess it's even. I
I.
think.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think this collab had been being kicked about for how long was it? Like probably already like a year or like several months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was kind of like burned out of it, and also like the original point of this collaboration was to almost be a catalog for all the different kinds of technique that exist. I was like, well, I don't think anyone's really done pencil curves yet, so I'll do a little bit of pencil curves, and then I was like later on I was like,
we should really like revamp the Technical Lab again because we've already discovered so many new things.
Yeah, I mean, well, eventually we'll have to make another one, I guess. But the whole thing of this particular part was I was just like I was like, like maybe I should go back and delete my part, or maybe you could put some of your animation in, because Arglin was pretty good with the dotted animation. He was pretty keen on Apple stuff.
Yeah. The issue was you didn't have a save without the with the track being bare without the animation. So I had the track file, and I slowly, over the course of a month, delete all of your lines. And then I could finally do this animation. I mean, hey, I'm happy with the result. So yeah, as you can see, it's basically just some casual animation. Oh, yeah. And this is when I started to get lazy. Let me turn on music. You'll notice that this is in sync with the music itself.
This was a really good section.
It was a really nice section, but it was pretty lazy compared to the animation prior to it. And as you can see, you'll notice how there's two different lines of thickness.
It's so nice.
Yeah. This was where I got the ending to giving up from. I took this concept from the Technical Lab, and I revamped it and put it to an absolute ridiculous degree. And then just more crammy stuff like that. And this is still your part.
Is it? This is my part? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is still your part. Look, see? Shallow manual.
Yeah, I kind of experimented with these and I got bored really quickly because they're too efforty, yeah. Oh yeah, I think it was pretty much mostly just you and me that were finishing it at this point. Because you did the next section and then I did the one after.
There were some people that did come back though.
Oh yeah.
You can see here that you did a tail manual here. I should probably turn back on the lag. So tail manual here, tail fling, and then this is my very first ASDF. As you can see, it's pretty smooth for an ASDF. How do you sync the line with the music? Alright, let me see if I can try to give a demo of this. Alright, so I'm going to, oh god, this is going to take some time to
Well, I mean, like, didn't you just look at the exact timestamp for when each beat was and then just draw it to that point?
Almost, but not really. So what I did was that so I'm gonna have it like this. I'm gonna draw a line. And then I connected these joints like this. So yeah, that's how you make these things. So yeah, that's how I made that. It took some time to put short. It takes time, and oh my god, the lag is so real. I don't know if it. For a second, I thought it actually crashed.
Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and one thing you might want to show, if you go back to that fakie manual, if you turn off the contact points, you'll see like the visual element of it is it looks like it's floating.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting effect of like
Yeah,
fakies because the fact that the string is pushed out more, so it just looks like he's just bouncing like on a line,
yeah, on the string
like on a
almost.
thin line.
No
Yeah,
hands.
and no hands, mom. Look, ma, no hands. Like
No
even give a damn.
hands.
Like
Carefree.
even give a damn.
Oh yeah.
Look, ma, no hands. Like you don't even care. Um. So yeah, it's Jeff. Yeet.
Mm-mm.
This was the first time I experimented with circles, which
Ah
I
yeah.
generate. Yeah, this circle was generated in .com, which is why it's so like
Perfect.
evenly spaced out. Oh my god, we're so far away that it's actually screwed up the contact points. Um, so yeah, perfectly circular.
Perfect circles
Oh yeah, and
are a
this was
must with Arglen. And at the time, this was something that amazed a lot of people how smoothly Arglen did this because it comes back into the track so neatly.
definitely yeah. This was like again similar to the singularity loop. This was a revolutionary thing.
Yeah, it
But
really was.
now it's just like a string circle loop. Cool. Let's move on. I mean, like literally, all my tracks are reliant on circles now. Like I cannot trust myself even with like a normal curve. Like if the curve is small and like uh and you can see the whole thing from like beginning to end, circle. Oh yeah, this was my first attempt at trying to break the speed record of like some speed. So this was 60,000 pixels per frame.
Yeah.
I glean, don't ever try a southern accent again.
Go ahead, Arglen. Let's hear that southern accent, boy.
Oh yeah, ignore this. Ignore this. This will be coming later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made it. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah, I had to use two singularities to slow him down. One to do it like that, and then slow him down again like that. I later learned I could optimize this so much better. But I don't know. Too bad. I'm learning to learn.
Yep, exactly what he just said.
You could even hear what I said.
Yep,
Uh,
just the sound of Frosty's hitting the plate or whatever the fuck you're eating.
I'm sorry.
Wait, why
If
does it
anybody does
say?
ASMR,
Why does it say Arglen? Don't ever try a southern accent again. Blue Flames, are you from the south? Y'all talk like this. Y'all go down and
uh,
have
I'm
some
pretty sure. No. Blue Flame is from California.
California. Oh, my my uncle's from California.
Hey. So again, some revolutionary circle shit.
Oh yeah, this bit was awesome.
Yeah, so I looped it around, and then I did another loop, and then I made it smaller. Didn't make it to the end, so boom.
Oh yeah, that's so
Go
good.
for it.
It's so good. There should be we should
Yeah, go
do
ahead.
a whole track that's just like this to like really like chilled out music with just like little beats in it. It would just be so good. If you like watching those physics
Dude.
toys that just like
Okay,
go round and round and then you know like the ping off shit.
hang on. Let me just. I'm gonna just quickly DM you a message right now.
Mm.
Um,
I can't look at it though because we were streaming. I'll look at it on my phone.
bruh.
I can look at it on my phone. It's fine, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just chill stream while Alvin sends me this message. We
Oh
can't move the
shoot.
track because Alvin's in charge of the track. You can you hear the franticness of the typing right now? My goodness. Yes. So while Arglin's doing that, perhaps I'll entertain y'all with my southern accent. See if that triggers anyone in the comments. Do feel free to express your displeasure, however you may choose to do so. Oh,
Shoot.
uh, vaguely. I don't know, man. Let's do this after the stream.
Alright, fine.
We got a
Okay.
job to
By the
do.
way, the reason why I said it in a DM is because of the fact that, like, private.
Confidential
Private information.
ideas.
Confidential
Indeed.
everything. It's confidential. You know what?
Confidential.
And that say
Why is my southern
it's
accent better than
confidential.
yours? I'm not.
Confidential.
You sound like
Yeah.
you almost sound like
Well, I mean, I guess.
your accent
What do I
sounds
sound
like
like?
South. Yeah, you
How's that?
sound like South African or something. Like you sound like you're trying to talk like this. Like you sound like you live in Cape Town or something, mate. Like
Welcome to Jamaica.
what even is that? Jamaica. This stream is rapidly losing all coherency. Just
This is what happens.
try a
This is what
Russian.
happens.
Oh, he wants a Russian accent. Vodka, yes,
Oh my god.
I can
Okay,
do
just move
Russian
on.
very easily.
This is a,
Is
this
this
is
going?
literally what happens.
This is
This is what
going to
happens when you try
become.
to.
How many stupid accents can Hanuman do? And the answer is, I can do them all, my friend, all day.
I mean, this is what happens when you try to do a track talk with a furry that's degenerate already. That's degenerated into hell already.
To hell.
So yeah, right here into hell. Um, so yeah, as you can see, this is a loop, and then I looped it again,
Alright, this is a good loop too.
and exit, and kaboom.
Oh, I like the way it flew out of that. No row. Hashtag no row November. Which it probably was at the time.
No, November. Don't December. Oh god, I hate that shirt. So yeah, this just loops over and over again. Like, the reason why I specifically looped it that specific amount is so that all the lines get hit. Because as you can see, even after 3 loops, this one wasn't hit, so I had to go one more time.
Oh yeah. This was a beauty.
And then now I pull them out. And then boing. And then this is when the first rendition of the first beta version of LR Aether came out. And as you can see, if I highlight these, you can see that these are multiplier 30, which is still beta. It's still like pre 255 multiplier era. So 30 was our new math. And as you can see, I exploited that pretty nicely.
That is a good point. Blue Flames, I like that idea. This is basically a large Bosch collider. To be honest, I mean, if we had a hadron collider track, that would probably be ham. That's basically what's happening. That should be a track. Like someone should just accelerate Bosch in a loop to like infinity.
No, ham 2 is bacon, and then ham 3 is large Boston collider.
Oh geez, actually yeah, bacon kind of is like a hadron collider given that intro sequence. Oh,
And then
Blue Flame
and then you have
says, yeah.
then you have well-tempered singularity, which is like, oh no.
Blue Flame says that's more like Australian. Well, South African and Australian are quite similar. Australia.
So yeah, as you can see here, I basically pushed him like this, slammed it to there, and yep. As you can see, you're noticing that these are kind of like looking. This isn't the
Stabilizers.
typical way of how. Yeah, they're stabilizers, but this is not the typical way of how I would usually make stabilizers nowadays. I would, like, as you can see, some of the pegs look weird.
Which not completely perfect. But I mean, does that actually go into a frame of Easy Boy in midair afterwards, or not? Or is that just in iterations? Oh, there isn't actually an airframe. Never mind. Yeah, it's just all that.
Nope. Oh, hello. And this is your
I think
part?
this, yeah,
I don't even know.
I think this is it's one of our
Oh,
parts.
this is an easy boy. Hello, it's an easy boy.
It must be me.
It's an easy. It's an easy.
Must be Hanneman's part.
It must be Hahnemann's part. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely Hahnemann's part. Because
It's so lazy.
To happen next?
Some stupid ass manuals, probably.
No. Do you know what's about to happen next?
Oh, wait, let's see.
It's the new type of manual.
Oh,
Manual.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so I invented this. I mean, if you can call this a technique,
You invented this monstrosity.
and I coined it and named it after myself because, you know, I'm an egotistical bloke.
The issue with that is the only issue with that is that people kept on mistaking the manual as a hand manual.
That's not a manual, that's a manual.
Hand yule, it's a handule.
Who knows at this point?
It should have been a Honda manual, but whatever.
Oh look, my law is confused as possible. Is this who made this? This is nice.
This is my part.
Yeah.
Please remember. Do you remember what's actually comes next after this?
Oh yeah, boy, I definitely remember this. This is the pièce de résistance of this track. Oh yeah, I could feel the lag.
Part one of the lag. It's insane.
Oh man. Like,
yeah, I had to paste this in 8 parts. Like you see, okay, so you see how like, oh god, the lag. Okay, so essentially, it was split into these quadrants. It was split into this. It was like basically an octagon right here, and this is the other edge of the octagon. Like that's like you see it goes from here all the way up to here. That's the size of those octagons. And I had to paste 8 of them together to make this giant one. And then yeah. And kaboom, singularity, and rip YouTube compression.
yeah, I mean, it might be easier for people watching this to go to this part of the track. How far it is?
Actually,
It's 8
no,
minutes.
no, it's even no, dude, it's even worse than
Oh,
the
is it?
Collab video. I need to re-record. Unfortunately, I need to re-record that video because I actually recorded in OBS and it was even worse.
Oh, really?
Compression in OBS is horrible.
Jeez.
Like you don't even know. So yeah, as you can see, blah blah blah, and yeet yeet yeet.
Oh, this is a cool bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then this is my first anti-gravity wall.
I've never made one of these.
It's not that hard, my dude.
I just don't care enough. Just have no use, no need.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, might be something I do one day in a practicing technique video.
True. And then we have animation. You know, I think I'm going to have to head off very soon, so, and I also have to take a shit right now, so...
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Yeah,
so
it's getting late.
Probably end...
Yeah, because I mean, we still have, like, another 5 minutes of this track, I think. Isn't it, like, 14 minutes or something?
Yeah, we still got another 5 minutes,
yeah.
which is more than long enough.
Yeah.
So this is where my part ends.
Yeah.
With another fractal. Essentially, I was that one dude that was, like, ever since, like, as soon as the copy and paste function got released, I was like, yes, let's make some fucking fractals. And I made so many fractals.
Fuck yeah, man.
But anyways, as you can see, the next part...
That looks like a uterus. Looks like a uterus.
Right. I'm just like...
We're still streaming, dude.
Yeah, I know that. But anyways, so yeah, that's the uterus created by Anton. So yeah, that'll be the next part. And we'll be talking about this in the next live stream.
Yep.
So anyways,
so tune in to learn about this uterus pelvis combination.
I didn't shit, so goodbye.
Aglan has just had too much coffee or something today. I'm afraid he had to run away to go and take that shit, but tune in another day because this stream will continue. There'll be more banter and yeah, we'll try and talk about the actual track instead of just talking about bullshit. But yeah, tune in next time, guys. Yeah, cheers.